It's liberated because it's ours, and we know what we're doing. And they're the ones that fell into the trap, not us. Can you imagine how bad things are in the government? Look at the news. The presidency is falling apart. This guy is doing this, that guy is doing that. The white lady believes in spooks and mirrors and, right? QAnon, they eating little babies downtown, right? If you read this, you would say, them people is crazy. What the hell is wrong? Right? Tell the truth. You would say, what? And Don, you can dislike him or not, but Don is tailor-made for the truth. No, opposite of truth. Don't get me wrong. Don is not going to purposely come up and tell you the truth. But he's going to show his behind. And he ain't going to get enough. And you said, we said, Don be out so in a few days so he'll be cool down. Don ain't cooling down. Don is going to stay on that truck saying, down, America, down. He going to drive him down. He ain't going to, no. When you talk about this is it, Don, whoever hired him, they sent him, your mission is not to come back alive, and nobody comes back with you, right? This is a suicide mission, right? And Don is carrying, you got to look at him. Ain't nobody coming back alive. Hey, Don is not allowing that. That boy, look here, I give him credit, boy, when to be uninformed. When it's his last day, he may not even have any idea how it happened. He may not be that cognizant, because he got some sense, but it's not formulating the same way history formulates. Collection and organization of evidence. We won't worry about that. A labeling and new temporary schedule. Okay. So, dear believers, we'll close with we call it the white man. We got the white man on the string. Can you turn up the heat just a pinch? Just a pinch. He dancing on a string, not us. Right? We're not going according to his dictates. He's going according to ours, and he has everything. He's not forecasting where we've been and where we're going. We're forecasting where he's been and where he's going. Right? Yeah, we're not. And he's been doing wrong so long, he don't have he has the ability, but he does not have the determination to do good. It don't strike him. And all the people they hired to go along with this, they feel the same way. So you could give Kamala Harris a whole thing with just absolute truth on it, tell her to read it. She can give it back to you. You kiss my behind. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. That's the truth. Right? Okay. So we got them on the line. It's like I tell you, the Negroes call. We don't call them back. I have to explain nothing to them. They have to call us. We're waiting. We're forcing them to wait this stuff out. You got to look at what's going on. We are dictating the battle space, the whole reality, not them. We tell them what Don's getting ready to do. Well, you can do something about it. If you're not, don't make us no difference. You don't see us lose no sleep no matter what happened. It doesn't make a difference to us. We've mentioned it to you. If you need our help, that's what we tell boss man. Boss man, if you need a little help, we go ahead. We ain't gonna be mad at you. We ain't gonna try to do you no harm. Eventually, there's white people that not only believe that, they know that. But you know, they're in a system, if they misfire, they know they're gonna be on the outs and they're afraid. There are people in the FBI, not bad people, but they're afraid. They're afraid. I know they're afraid because I know where they've been all along. They're just afraid. I'm not going to be what do they call them, when you tell on people? Whistleblower. I ain't going to be no whistleblower. I ain't going to blow no whistle. I ain't going to look. I know what's, because I talked to them. I said, hey, man. They read me a list. I said, that's not I said, that's your list, man. You're talking that stuff. And some of them, their eyes get big as though the nigga might be right. The people up top gave me the list and told me to say this, that, and other. And then when he hears something different from me, he stopped. The nigga's telling the truth. Then they got that big old gadget, you know what I mean, hold it in their hand. And it's right about a foot away from my head. The Korean guy is holding it. And the damn gadget is saying, true, 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 you know, the little brain wave. This is a thing that's got to be picking up brain waves. It's got to be. They're sitting right there. I'm sitting there. Don's sitting there. The other's sitting over there. And the one is sitting right next to that money box. And he's holding the thing out so it'll be close to my head. I'm not acting funny. I said, good. Here's what you do. At least you see that what I'm telling you is the truth. You know, before when it was a bigger machine, do y'all remember seeing a movie with the white lady that was running around jumping? She was a prisoner in North Korea and came home. What's the white girl's name? Her husband was a German botanist, not a botanist, but a spider man or something. Study. They came over. She was supposed to have been born in Russia, had school in Russia, came back over here. We all seen the movie Salt. Salt, yeah. Now, do you remember in that movie Salt, they had a room they put her in, and then they had this guy, the so-called Russian defector, and they would ask her, she would ask him a question, and they would say, "This is the truth," because they'd have brain waves and different color schemes in the brain. If it's hot over here, if it's red over there, if it's blue over, right? And so that's the way they was doing me. Now that was 10 to 20 years ago. So you know how fast technology moves, right? They condense it smaller and smaller. And plus they had operated on me 2 years ago downtown. They operated on me 2 years ago downtown. And what? They take something out or put something in. What do they do? Whatever it is, it was after that they had that operation and they were sitting right there, you know, with the thing that close to my head. I didn't say what y'all white folks doing with that thing, or Koreans with that thing to my head, you know, picking up wavelengths or something. It doesn't make a difference. But what I told them, they reacted as though it was the truth, and that they was convinced of the truth, that it was the truth. Okay. So what I'm saying is, as we move along, you got to remember, you pick up things or you lose things. I believe we're picking up associates all along by sticking to what all kind of things are working, psychological things, sociological things, historical things. Some things are just human to human. And some white folks are saying to themselves, if that nigga can do it, I could do it. If he could tell the truth, I can tell the truth. Why? Because I'm white and he's a nigga. So I'm going to tell more truth than him. I'm going to help America more than him because he's a nigga and I'm white. Yeah. Allah be using everything in us, to produce what he wants. When the world is going down, it's going to go down. Ain't nothing you can get out in the way and try to stop it and get steamrolled. When it's on the way up, which the world is on the way back from a nightmare. The nightmare of World War I, 50 million dead. The nightmare of World War II, 60 million dead. Good God Almighty. Can't these people wipe out? They be wiping out folks, man. I mean, they be knocking, they be knocking folks. As the Germans say, Volks, Volkswagen, people wagon, They be wiping out Volks, man. By the way, Hitler's the one that come out with the Volkswagen. Yeah, back in the day. Volkswagen, people wagon. Anyway. Okay, dear believers. Are there any questions or any comments? As you're looking up questions, I believe we're going to pull through this big time. I believe that time is now. We don't say it's going to happen next week or tomorrow. It is in process right now. It's happening now. Yeah. And it's an honor for us to play a part. It's not a torture or a punishment to be in on this. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be in on this. That means Allah wrote us in. Because the white man didn't write us in this. He did. He gave you a part to carry all the heavy stuff and fall off the cliff. You ever see them old Tarzan movies, anything? When they want to show you it's dangerous, the nigga fall off the cliff into the water and get ate up by alligator. Jane fall in the water and Tarzan go in there and swim over and whoop the alligator, take him out of the water, bust his head wide open. Yeah, that's right. You ever see a jungle movie that a nigga didn't fall in the water with all that load on him or fall off a cliff? Or a donkey fall off the cliff to show you how dangerous the environment is. Yeah. That scenery is over. Although if you just demand it, you can still play that part. You got to demand it, though. No, you got to demand it. I want to be a nigga to fall off the cliff. Yeah, I don't want to see no good world and my children with a chance to improve the world in which they live. I want to fall off the cliff carrying the white man's bundle. Yeah. Did you find any questions?
Yeah, brother asked, do you think the U.S. will return to the agreement with Iran?
Yes, I do. If you ask me, do I feel that way? They're stalling so long that they want to do it down the line. But all the indications is that they're going to return to it. This is a feeling I have. Yeah. Yeah, this is a feeling I have. Because, see, Biden was for it all along. It was his administration. Although you can't get administrations overly mixed up, all administrations lie to us and to each other, too. They're just liars. And you can't say, well, you was a snake, then you bit me, and I'm a snake. Dog, hey man, this is my nature. I bite people, I bite anything, a frog come by, I bite it. That's what I do. Okay. With the present situation, it looks like they're trying to wait on Iran a little bit to make them so anxious that they want to give away something to get back in this agreement. But I think the Iranians is smart enough to say, I ain't giving away nothing. You either come back to it the way it was, the way it is, or leave it alone. Because you never know that the white folks make an agreement so the next white folks come in can tear it up. They lie to each other, they lie to everybody. You don't know whether that was a plan from the very beginning to trick the Iranians into a deal. That's